What's going on, peeps? It's your boy Profection back again with another video. Get hype, PTs. I don't know if you can see behind me here. Special offer, £3 Sundays. That's been on since that's going back about 5 years now. That offer's been on. People haven't taken advantage of it. Although I have had over the last few weeks since I started this boxing thing, I've had a few clients like Luke, like I'll take advantage of this thing. One stage it was £3 Sundays, which was training down the park, and then another stage it became free, but I never updated my site. Okay. However, to anyone under 18 years of age, it's free. Just come along on a Sunday and take part in some training for free. Learn some discipline. Martial arts always teaches discipline, you know. Although I'll tell you a story. Because there are some kind of fake martial artists out there. And I do remember signing up for one jiu-jitsu class, and what basically happened was I went to the class and I saw two young girls there rolling around and kind of playing around and this and that. And to be honest with you, I thought, I was looking around for the teacher, and there were some people walking in, and I was like, okay, 20 minutes went by. Okay, is this the teacher? Wasn't the teacher. Another 10 minutes went by, half an hour went by. Okay, is this the teacher? Because bearing in mind, I'm waiting now, guys, because I want to join this class. I heard about it. I got I went in there to inquire about it. So half an hour goes by. 40 minutes goes by. These two girls are still rolling around, playing with each other and things like that. Another guy walks in. Are you the teacher? No, I'm not the teacher. So after about an hour, some guy walks in. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed because he wasn't on time. He was an hour late. So unfortunately I couldn't hide that on my face. I couldn't hide that. I was a little bit so I was like, are you the teacher? And he was like, he smiled, yeah, I'm the teacher. It was that kind of thing. And I think because he saw a bit of kind of disappointment in my face, from that point on there, he was like, listen, I'm not going to let no one come into my class and try to dictate to me when I should be on time, that I should be on time, or how my class is going to be, or try to be some sort of alpha male. That's not going to happen, not in my class. So when the class started, he was kind of being a bit I don't remember him putting his hands on me straight away, but I remember at one stage, he was trying to demonstrate something, and all of a sudden he suddenly went and grabbed me up grabbed my clothes and then pulled me up to the wall. And he goes, now this is what he goes, something like, and then I remember him trying to slap me around my face. This is the martial arts instructor that's actually teaching the class, and the guy's actually trying to slap me up around my face and grab me up. And then he goes, you remind me of people the bullies in school, something like that. You remind me of the people in school, like that. And then he started trying to slap me around my face. And then I remember after the session was coming to a close, he was like, I'll teach you another move. He goes, I'll teach you this because you're not going to come back again anyway. So I looked at him in his face. I said, now why wouldn't I come back to your class? Because he was basically trying to say something like, listen, I'm going to slap you up and you ain't going to come back to my class no more. But I'm one of those guys that's very determined. This is what kind of ties into this video, determination, He was trying to bully me to prevent me from coming back to his class. And no, I looked him in the face. I said, no, why wouldn't I come back to your class? And he was like, no, I'm just saying, you ain't going to come back again anyway. So I was like, okay, well, we'll see. And lo and behold, yeah, I came back. I was like, you're not going to bully me or intimidate me and prevent me from coming back to your class. Now you may say, well, why would you go back to his class? At the time, to be honest with you, it was free. The class was free. Okay, that's why I went back to the men's class. Anyway, so where are we at? We've got 5 days left. I still don't know who my opponent is, guys. If you want me to be honest with you, I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. I don't really care. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hands up, I don't really care who my opponent is. Yeah, let's just get it on. It's week 10 now. Now, I don't think you can really learn how to fight within 10 weeks. You damn sure can't learn how to fight within 8 weeks. Although saying that, this organisation, White Collar Boxing London, did give you the chance to not only train on the Saturday, which is once a week, but twice during the week as well. So those 10 sessions become 30 sessions, provided you pay an extra £10 per session on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you could have up to 30 sessions. I have not done ultra white collar boxing yet. I do know that at one stage during those 10 weeks, things did get tough. People were trying to knock me out, and guess what? I look back now and I say, you know what? It's prepared me, because if we were playing kiss chase with each other and being really gentle with each other when we were punching, and then we get in the ring on the final night, it's not really going to prepare us. It's not going to prepare us for war, basically. So it was a good opportunity. Like those kids on week 6, I was kind of beaten up basically, and it basically shocked some sense into me. That's the best way of putting it to you. And it kind of just woke me up and just got me, listen, this isn't a joke. This is the real deal here. Stop laughing and joking around like some clown, and take this thing very seriously. So week 10, I do feel prepared, and now I'm not scared or nervous. I'm going to go in there. I may get beaten up, or I may beat the person up. I don't know who my opponent is. I don't care. Let's get it on. Let's fight. Simple as. That's what I'm trying to say. Yesterday, something interesting did happen though, guys. I was in the ring with someone. Again, we got there. We had to choose a partner. That was after me doing a bleep test, by the way. And a girl came out first, and then I came out second among like 12, 13, 14 men. I came out after the girl. So again, I could probably lose a few more pounds and this and that, but I'm not, I feel as though I've done my best in regards to cardio and losing weight. I feel like it's the muscle, it's not my weight that's causing me exhaustion, fatigue. That's it. It is what it is. I'm trying to say. I got to do the best with this body and what I have. I've got a certain amount of power, low amount of stamina, or as we say in personal training, muscular endurance. So bleep test, the girl came out first, and then I came out after a woman basically. So I wasn't too happy or satisfied with that result, but it is what it is. You got to remember as well that I am a heavyweight. Although the last 2 people in the results of the bleep test, one of them was a heavyweight, 97 kilograms. So I can't really use that as an excuse. Therefore, I'll use muscles as an excuse. Anyway, after we came back for the bleep test, there was like a case where choose your partner. There was some random guy there that I'd never seen before. He was like, come jump in the ring with me. I was like, let's do this. He said to me, right, what boxing experience you've had? I said, none really. I said, what boxing experience have you had? He said, well, I've had, let's see, I started boxing when I was 12 and I finished when I was 19. Now, that's 7 years, guys, okay? He was like, yeah, but that was, he said to me, yeah, when I was 19. But to be honest with you, that was a long time ago. And I thought, well, in my mind, I wasn't going to challenge him and say, well, a long time ago or not a long time ago. 7 years of boxing is actually quite a long time. Do you understand? We're talking about 7 years of boxing. So when you're trying to dismiss it and say, well, that was when I was younger though. 7 years, you can become a lawyer probably in 7 years. A doctor probably in 8 or 9 years or something like that. 7 years is a long time to perfect your craft. Let me put it to you in another way. I done street ball from the age of 16 to the age of say we'll say for my prime years, 16 to the age of 26, right? 10 years, right? So and I never had a coach, by the way. Never had a coach. Now if this guy has done it for 7 years, trust me, when he said I've done boxing for 7 years, that wasn't him in his room punching thin air or reading a book and boxing. He obviously, when he said I've done 7 years, he's meant I've been coached, I've been trained by professionals for 7 years, right? So we go back to me playing basketball, right? I started basketball when I was 16 years old, right? Let's say from 16 to 23, right? That's 7 years of basketball training, right? Do you think someone with 10 hours of basketball, even now, I'm 43 years old now, right? Do you think someone with 10 hours of basketball, yeah, no experience whatsoever, they only watch basketball, right? May have occasionally, um, occasionally threw a hoop up, threw maybe put a hoop in their back garden and threw a couple of shots up, right? Do you think someone like that with 10 hours of basketball training is going to beat me at 43 years old? Even though I don't play basketball, even though I don't run around the park, from the age of 16 to 23, I constantly play basketball, right? Let's face it, I didn't even have a coach at the time. Because if we're talking about me with a proper basketball coach for 7 years, that's a whole different entire thing. Let's just talk about me playing street ball, yeah? Street ball with street players for 7 years. Do you think me at 43 years old now, that some random kid or adult that's never had any experience in basketball can have 10 hours, can be practiced by a professional coach, and in 10 hours time beat me or stand a chance against me in a game of basketball? I just want you guys to take 10 seconds. What's your answer? Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you think the person will stand a chance? The answer to that question is no. If it was a game to 21, I would probably beat the person, and I'll even challenge you guys. That's how confident I am. I'll challenge you guys, yeah? You bring me someone that never played basketball and you coach them for 10 hours, right? See if they stand a chance against my 7 years of street ball. Yeah, during any time, okay? Any time. I could have been, well, I say I could have been 5 years old, but no, we'll say from the same age, from 12, 7 years, yeah? So from 12 to 19. Now remember that most people in basketball, they're in their prime at about 18 years old. They're dunking on people at 18 years old. They're strong at 18 years old. So, getting back to the story. So the guy is trying to palm it off. Oh yeah, it's just yeah, I done that ages ago. I said to him, okay, cool. So we're going through drills. Now, I'm not trying to put the guy down because his name was Alex, right? But if anything, he was actually a good guy. But he was brutally honest with me. He was like, we're sparring, we're going through drills, and then the drill was to hold the pad up, and he's like, look, let me move and hold the pad up, because me just holding the pad up in the same spot isn't going to help you. That's not realistic. So let me move with the pad, but move here. Let me move while you're supposed to hit the pad. If it's a combo, let me move whilst you're throwing that combo on the pad, rather than me just stand there. See what I'm trying to say? If it's a punch, if you're punching me towards my stomach first, and then if it's a low jab to the stomach followed by a right hook, let me move whilst you're doing it, So, and then he would, occasionally throw the odd jab, and then I'd do the same thing for him, and he would, he wouldn't try to hit me hard, but he'd throw a little counter. It'd change, it'd go off scripts basically and do his own thing. And then he was like, and then we got into one stage where we were kind of sparring, and in fact, even before the sparring, he was kind of doing his own thing and bodying up on me. And what he taught me basically was bodying up on someone in boxing drains a hell of a lot of energy, a lot of energy. And full on, we came to a point where we're full on sparring, and then he was like, "Come and hit me like that." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Hit me." And then I was hitting him, and he was like, "No, hit me." And I was like, okay. And then I was hitting him, and I got a bit tired, and he was like, hit me, come on man, hit me, like that. And I started putting a little bit more power into my punches, and I was catching him with a few, and he was like, good, that's it, now hit me. And he came into me, and he's bodying me up, and he's like, hit me, like that, hit me. Because he goes, on the night of the fight, they're going to hit you, they're not going to play around with you, hit me, like that. And the only downside to it was, I had done running prior to that. I'd done the bleep test, so I was a little bit exaggerated. I was little bit exhausted. I was a bit tired, and I was continuously hitting him, and he was doing a good job blocking it. A few of them were getting through, and I was hitting him. He was like, "Good, good, good." But then he was like, hit me more, like that, and it was like, I said, and then I was tired, and he was like, "Listen, if you don't stop. If you don't hit me, I'm gonna hit you." So I was like, came back in, and I was hitting him, and I was like, he was trying to teach me something, but the values that he was teaching me made no sense, unless you're someone that's super fit and you can literally punch for 3 whole rounds, then it's pointless. All you're going to do is gas out. And I said to him at one, because he was like, I was like, I'm tired. And he was like, you're tired. You're going to be fighting on Friday and you're tired. You're gassed out. And this was the second round. He was like, you're gassed out by the second round. I said, yeah. He was like, you know, when you get there on Friday, it's going to be real stuff. It's not going to be. And then he looked over the ring and you could see, over the ring, you could see other people sparring. He goes, it's not going to be like what these guys are doing. Because those guys, what they were doing is they were holding the pad, or they were sparring, and one person would go, and then the other person would go, right, my turn, and this is actual sparring. They were kind of, you throw an attack, I throw an attack, you throw an attack, I throw an attack. And he was like, it's not going to be that way. It's going to be aggressive. It's going to be rough. You know, if you ain't ready for this. And then afterwards, he was like, you know what? You can just tell. Like, he goes, the problem with you is you're flinching. Every time I go to hit you, you're flinching back. He goes, just like you're scared. He goes, you know, I can tell when I see boxers, I can tell who really has it or who really doesn't. You know, some of them look the part and all of that. And I said to him, I said, you know what? To be honest with you, though, you're saying some of them look the part and this and that. I said, in the actual fight, though, I'm not going to gas myself. I'm not going to run into my opponent and punch him for 1 whole minute and gas myself out. So I can understand where you're coming from, but I'm not going to gas myself out in a whole fight. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me to charge my opponent and literally punch myself out until there's nothing left. It makes no. So your opinion really didn't mean anything. I can understand where you're coming from, where you're saying to me, I'm a bit kind of, what's the word? He said you're flinching too much. I can understand where he was coming from, where he was saying I was flinching. He was throwing a punch and I was kind of closing my eyes and kind of doing that. But I think that's from week 6 when I kept on getting punched in the head and this and that. It kind of put me off guard a bit. I do have to learn to kind of keep my eyes open, and even when I get punched in the face, there's an exercise you can do actually apparently where you do this. Keep your eyes open and you do this. And what you're basically doing is you're trying to look at the camera and not focus on the hand that's hitting you in the face. I'm still focusing on the camera even though I'm being hit in the face. It's an exercise, but again, this is the point of this video. This guy has had 7 years of training. I think sometimes generally people forget that they started off as beginners, as amateurs at one stage themselves. They forget that. It's very easy to forget that. The jiu-jitsu teacher, in my eyes, was a disgrace because I came into his class to learn. And you're bullying someone that's a beginner. You're bullying someone that doesn't really know how to defend yourself, and you're the teacher, and you're slapping them up and grabbing them up. He was a disgraceful teacher. And what I didn't tell you is I didn't report him, but I spoke to someone that worked there at the time and told them about his behavior, and 3 weeks later he was gone. They got rid of him. They got rid of the jiu-jitsu instructor. In regards to this guy, when he's kind of spitting the knowledge and he's telling me maybe I'm not tough enough, or you know, why am I flinching all the time and this and that, am I cut out for it? Tough love, you could call it tough love on one hand, but you can also, what the guy doesn't realize is that we're all supposedly, okay, I wouldn't even say amateurs, we're all supposedly kind of noobs to the game of boxing. We're all supposedly just random people with not much fight experience that are in the ring. So when he's telling me, oh, you're flinching, you're gonna flinch. If you're a new guy and someone punches, you've been punched in the face a few times or your eye, you may flinch yourself. It's a natural thing. But I did learn from it. His name is Alex, and I'm grateful for the teachings he gave me. I did realize that you can gas someone out just by pushing them and holding on to them. That's another way of gassing people out. You don't necessarily have to aim for their body to take them out. If they're, you know, you can just gas them up by not even placing your weight on them, but just literally push body to body. That drains your opponent as well. So that was a very good experience, a good lesson to be learned, and I'm going to try and incorporate that into the Friday session. But guys, that's pretty much it for me. I don't know anything more to say. I'll try to get a video in If I have a session tomorrow on Tuesday, then I'll try to get another video in. But that's pretty much it now. That is pretty much it. I'll probably do one more video after it. But thank you again for watching these videos. For anyone out there that's taking part in white collar boxing, I hope you've learned a little something from these videos. The last thing I want to say as well is that you got to understand that I don't know who my opponent is. So really, the decision isn't in my hands. It's in the hands of the organizer. If he chooses to put me with someone that is levels above me, then I'm going to get beaten up. Now people say, oh yeah, but no, you know, represent blood. Listen, I don't care, blood. Yeah, represent, spark the guy in the first round. I don't care. I don't want to hear you don't care. You know, because that's that. I don't want to get nasty. I don't want to hear you don't care. It's in the decision of the judges, okay? Because if he puts you with someone that there's some people there that even have separate sparring sessions. They go to other gyms and they spar with other people, you know. One girl there, when I was in the beginning, she was like, you this ain't your first time boxing. You're moving like you've done boxing before. How long have you done boxing? I was like, to be honest with you, I probably did about 2 months of like boxing training, if you want to be honest with you, training to run around with the other boxers, and we did a bit of shadow sparring, but 2 months really. I said, well, how long you had? She goes, well, I've had 2 years. I've been boxing for 2 years. So if that was a man that was actively boxing for 2 years, he's got an advantage over me. Do you understand? If it was my weight. So the point I'm making is that some people in there are a lot more advanced than others. Some people in there have been to the white collar boxing for 7 years in a row. Do you understand? So you're going to learn. Trust me, you're going to learn. You're going to learn. If you've been in doing this organization thing for 7 years, and I'm telling you that some people in there are brutal when they're sparring with you, you're going to learn. You're going to learn, okay? Especially when they put you in this little mini ring that's really tiny and there's nowhere to run, you know, and you have to spar for, say, 10 rounds, 12 rounds with that person. You're going to learn how to fight, you know, especially if they're aggressive and they're looking to hurt you. It's as simple as that. No, let's not sugarcoat it. They're looking to hurt you. They're looking to use you as some sort of dummy, okay? You're going to learn. So it's really in the hands of the organizer, you know. So all I can say is I'm going to go there and literally do the best that I can. I can't say anything more than that. I can't say anything more than that. If it's someone I think on my level, it's going to be interesting, very interesting, if they're on my level. If they're my age, my height, and they've only had 10 sessions of boxing, that's going to be very interesting, very interesting. But I don't, you know, but if it's someone, or if it's someone less than that, they're going to be in a bit of trouble, for me to be honest with you. Unless they're naturally gifted at sports and all of that, which you do get. You get your natural people that are naturally take to things, you know. Like when this guy is saying he could tell people, and he can tell whether they're naturally, whether they got it or not, whether they're natural tough cookies and all of that. I don't know whether I'm naturally a tough cookie. I know that I'm a slow learner. That's much I do know. Am I tailored towards boxing? Most likely not. I'm not tailored towards boxing. I did class myself as an athlete, and I'm bringing my athletic ability over to boxing. I'm trying the best that I can, but I don't know whether I'm a natural fighter, one that, you know, can get punched in the face and still come forward. I don't know. I'm trying to box smart. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to learn how to take little amount of punishment and basically defend myself by disabling my opponent, preventing them from being able to attack me or anyone else. Okay, disarming them and disabling. That's what I'm looking to do. So yeah, so at the end of it, I don't care whether my opponent is levels above me or levels below me. I'm just going to go in there and give it my best. To anyone that wants to sign up to this, what would I say to them? I would say, I don't know about ultra white collar boxing, but the fact that Scott gives you 10 free lessons and you're able to go during the week as well means that you're getting 30 sessions of boxing. But obviously if it's £10 per session, twice a week that you're paying for, then do the maths on that. I believe that's £200. Is that right? £200. So you're paying an extra £200 out of your own pocket. on top of the tickets that you're selling and things like that. So but if you're someone that really wants to take this seriously and you really want to learn, then like that guy said, you've got the heart of a champion anyway. What's an extra £20 a week? You know what I mean? It's nothing. I've only done 10 sessions. I'm fired up, ready to go. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to leave a link below to anyone that wants to watch this abroad, anyone that wants to watch it locally, and basically you can pay a fee and you can watch it from the comfort of your own home. You can stream it, okay, if you want to watch it. It's free, 2-minute rounds of boxing. It's your boy Profection giving it his best. You may tune in and watch me get sparked clean out. You may tune in and watch, you know, maybe I've never watched a video back of myself, so I don't know how I move or how I react. Maybe you might say, damn, this kid, you know, this kid has something, you know, or this man, because I ain't no boy no more, kid. This man has something, you know what I mean? He has something. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'm out. Thanks for watching. To all of my supporters, thank you for supporting. Look, I can't wait to see you guys there. You know who you are, the whole list of people. In fact, let's go through some of the names. Shall we go through some of the names? Thank you, Carlene. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Jabba. Thank you, Simone. Thank you, Manny. Thank you, Cian. Thank you, Anton. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Toma. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Mark P. Thank you, Mark N. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Lee's son Luke. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Jordan's dad. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Quinn. Thank you, Daniela. And that's it. That's 24 people that bought the tickets. Thank you. Yeah, praises. Thank you. That's it. Game over. Yeah, this is the one more boxing video after this to say how it went. And yeah, it's been a nice journey. Me, peace out.